Well, hello, friends, and welcome back to my hobby home. My name is Kathy. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Vlogmas Day 30. Man, where has this year gone? Where has 2025 gone? We've had a lot of things happening this year, and you'll probably see I've got a table full of stuff I'm going to be showing you guys today. What I am doing is bringing you guys along to show you my whips, my UFOs, and things that I just kind of have hanging around to work whenever I have time to. First thing I'm going to do is show you, this is a whip. This is one I want to have finished before the weekend gets here. This is the 2024 Bella Rose. This is not what it's going to look like completely, but once it's put together, all of these rows will be together. But this is the Bella Rose 2024 Merry Christmas tree. And I am still in the process of piecing everything together. We have had friends and family and birthdays and not even Christmas yet in my house. We will be doing that on January 1. So, I have not gotten this done yet. It has laid on my table, waiting on me to get it finished, and that will happen, just not right at the moment. I'm hoping to have it done, though, probably the evening of the 1st. It's just according to whenever I can move time around. I'm going to have, it is the 30th, the day you are seeing this. I will be having my granddaughter tonight for her mama and daddy to spend time with my older children, well, with my children, so my son can spend time with his siblings and their significant others. My youngest daughter has to work, so she won't be going over there. They're just having a little get together at my oldest daughter's place. So that probably will not get done until the evening of the 1st. So that is the first of many things that I have going on. These are in no particular order. I'm probably going to try to get the ones that I don't have a block for laying up here. But the next thing that I have that is ongoing, it's a mystery quilt, and we have monthly blocks that we work. Right now, let's see, we are to clue 3. There really isn't anything to show you on this. This is the Reflections Mystery Quilt that Tammy at the Siberian Wind has put out. It is a free block of the month. It is a mystery quilt. You receive your clues on the 15th of each month, and we are on clue 3. If you are interested, I will have a link down in the description for her channel, so you can go check it out. She does have a sign-in sheet that if you want to do it, you can sign on for that. She is putting the patterns out on Patreon for you to download if you're interested in it. So guys, go sign up if you're interested in getting this. So far, I am loving this. I love the colors. I can't even remember what this is called. I think it's Sunday Brunch. And the main colors, the focus fabric. These are Lori Holt Shabbies. My solid colors, but my focus print, I think, is Sunday Brunch. But this is Reflections Mystery Quilt. It comes out, as I said, the 15th of each month. And if you're interested in joining us on this, I signed up just like everybody else did. I signed a request for her to email me the patterns, and what she does is the day before, she'll send you a reminder email with the link for the video, because she does do a video. But also, what I do is after it all comes out, I watch her video, then I read my clue, and then I'll come back and sew it for you guys. We'll just do a chit-chat sewing is what I do. I do not do tutorials or anything like that. So, because I am still learning, guys. I am not the one to learn from. This is my Bella Rose mystery quilt box here, so I don't need that. This is how I store all of my projects that I'm working on, and some that I'm not working on yet. But my goal is, I actually emptied one of my containers out today. All it had in it was the leftover fabrics from the Land That I Love quilt that I made. Tammy and I collaborated on that for like 24 and 25. And that is out of the Celebrate with Quilts book. Next thing I have, looks like all of these, I have blocks here. So let me get this one out of the way. Is the project that I just started. The Charmed I'm Sure project. This was in the Soft Squares box. They gave us a charm pack. And I had some background. I had some white background. And I'm just using that to make this. It's going to be a really cute little quilt top. I think it measures at 40.5 by 40.5. Yes. But I have this also going on. I am hoping to get this done before the first of the year. Probably won't happen because I only have 2 days, and that's not enough time to get everything done I need to be getting done before the year ends. But the idea is to have this done before the first full week of the year. That's the idea. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. It's okay. The next whip that I have going on, guys, is the Yuletide Sampler. This is what Tammy, Alicia, and myself, we are doing over on Tammy's channel the second and fourth Friday of each month. The second Friday of each month, we do half of the clues of the block. And the fourth Friday of the month, we do the other half of the clues for a month. Each block has anywhere. The one that we just did, I think, only had 2 clues. But the first one was a lot of half square triangles. So we just split it in half, tried to get one step. You know, we really look at the steps to see how much it is in each step to do. But this is what we're doing. We are on block 4, I believe. We just finished block 4. This is my block 4 right here. I think it turned out beautiful. I'm starting hanging these up. I probably could show you some more here and hang them on so you can see what our blocks are looking like. So this is block 4, and we have 3 of the block 4s. I can't remember exactly which one this is, but it's one of our blocks. Probably, well, we have to be on block 1, 2. Yep, this is, yeah. Okay, we're on 4. That was probably block 3 that I just showed you. If I'm not mistaken, this was our block 2. These are Christmas trees. They kind of blend in with my background fabric there in the camera, but not so much when you're just looking at it. And this was our block 1. So far, I am really enjoying this Yuletide sampler too. I am still smashing my stash with this pattern. What I do, and I have several woodland Christmassy fabrics. So what I'm doing is just using that fabric. I actually had 3 lines. I think 2 of them were fat quarter bundles. And one was just some I had, I think, in my stash. I don't know. But no, one of them was just yardage. And I haven't used that yardage yet. No, I still have 3. It's probably more than a yard each, but I still have not cut into those. I've mainly used the 2, and I'll tell you, some of it, I actually have 2 bins of Christmas fabric, 2 of these, and I have pre-cuts in one of them, and I just have yardage in another. I may grab yardage out of that because I have a lot of yardage for this quilt behind me. That is also in that box, and whatever Christmas fabric I find, that's what I'm using. But this is our Yuletide Sampler 2. That is a whip that I am still working on. And the next thing that I'm working on is my flowering quilt-along. This is a Fat Quarter Shop quilt-along. This comes in their Sew Sampler box. This is block 9. It was called Sunflower Power Block. I have all of these done. I am caught up on this one. I'm not behind or anything on this sew-along. But I do have another Fat Quarter Shop that I am behind on. But this is the flowering quilt-along. I am up to date on it. And guys, smashing the stash with this one as well. Now let's get into those that have become UFOs. I just have not worked on these in quite some time. They will get on my plate eventually. But the first one is the Fat Quarter Shop Peaceful Baskets. I have not finished these. I cannot even tell you how far I've gotten with this. This is, I kept up with them, but then I just lost it. There are 6 blocks here, and I have 6 more to do. So I have all of my cards here to do the other 6. I will get it done, but it just has not interested me enough here recently. What I need to do is when I finish something, I need to pull a UFO out, but I just haven't had it in me to do it. So, but I think these are beautiful. I will get back to them, but I just haven't done it yet. The next one that I have is a Poppy Cotton Country Blessings. I have gotten so far with this. I've gotten this far. All I have left is 3 on the bottom row, and then to do the sashing and to have it quilted. I just have not done it yet. Just have not done it. And I feel bad that I haven't done it because it's a very cute little project here. But it kind of got put on the back burner. I do need to pull this back up because I really enjoyed making this. So, I know I do want to do the rest of it. I want to get this finished. It's a fabulous, quick sew, real easy. That's why I don't understand why I haven't got it done. But it is very cute. I will be finishing this in 2026. Now, the very last UFO that I have, guys, y'all know this has sit in my stash since 2023. It was the very first virtual shop hop I'd ever done. I had no clue what I was doing. But I did this. Let's see. I'm going to try to show you what the completed quilt is going. Well, that's what the completed quilt is supposed to look like. It's just showing putting all the rows together. I don't know what happened in the instructions. Somehow I messed up in this and didn't understand it. But now that I understand how to read these patterns, it's an Aria and Ava pattern. Now that I understand, though, how to read the pattern, I think I can come in here and finish this up. I think. I'm hoping. We can only hope. But now that I understand it more, I think I can probably get this done. I have all the fabrics for it except for backing, but I have all the fabrics to do the top. And this is going to be one of those things that I just have to make myself, pull out of my bins and just make it. But these are my UFOs. Like I said, I only have 3 UFOs, so I think that's pretty good. I could have a lot more than that. I do have 2 quilts that I need to get bound, but I just got those back not too long ago from Miss Ava at the quilt shop. Now, I do have some other bins that I keep in my stash, or keep back here behind me. Y'all know I keep all my project bins back there behind that curtain, or behind a quilt. Normally I have a quilt hanging there. Sometimes I don't. But I have my little Santa hat at Miss Ava's right now. But normally I keep all my bins back here. But I have a few bins that I think I want to show y'all. I don't know what we'd call them, but let me grab them and I'll show you what we got. And here you will see I have bins sitting up here, and you're probably wondering, well, if it's not something that's a UFO and it's not a whip, what is it? Guys, these are I just want to try this block, whatever kind of bin. This block right here could be one of them. This is the Quilt Builder card deck box that I have. I just tried a block in it, and that's kind of what these are. They're blocks or project. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it will when I show you this. This right here is a Moda Blockhead 5 block. After I made this block, I decided I had to get the fabric to do these Moda blockheads. So that is what this bin is. I was like, I just want to try them. I'd never done the blockheads before. And you'll notice these all kind of have darker colors. I think most of them are French General fabrics, but I loved these colors here on these blocks, and I was just trying to use up some fabric I had. Now, of course, this one is completely different. There's no contrast. The colors are too light. They blend too well. But this is where I keep any of my Moda blockhead blocks. I could actually just take anything and put them in here and make them into a quilt. But I'm using a particular fabric. I have the French General fabric. I have lots of French General fabric. I actually, when I went to Stitchin' Heaven back in 2024, to a retreat with Kristen with Icy Stars Quilting. Guys, y'all keep her in your thoughts and prayers. She has had a concussion since the beginning of December, and 4 weeks later she's still suffering with that. I just saw she posted a video. I was kind of wondering why I hadn't seen anything of hers pop up, but she has had a concussion, and she is still trying to heal from that, so keep her in your thoughts and prayers, please. But anyway, when I was at Stitchin' Heaven, I just bought tons of French General fabric. And the idea is to use that on Moda blockheads. Now, have I done Moda blockheads since then? No, I have not. So that was the beginning of 2024 that I bought all that fabric and just haven't done anything. The main reason of not having done anything with it is because I had an FPP pattern come up, and I had no idea how to do FPP. I was terrified of it, but now I'm cool with it. I'm like, yes, we can do that. The next one I have here is one of my subscription boxes that I get is Creative Notions, and they had a block of the month to say, and I have kept all of the blocks in here. I was smashing my stash, and I have like little projects in here that I'm not going to do, so I'm very likely going to share these in a D-stash. But anyway, I had some of the blocks completed, and smashing my stash using, I think most of this is Pioneer Woman fabrics. Y'all know how them babies love all them bright fabrics. I think my grandbabies will love these. Made into a quilt. Now this isn't that, but you know, it'll make a square and we'll throw it all together. But these were some of Creative Notions, I think Barnstar blocks or something. I think 2 years they had blocks like this, and then for 2025 they had a row quilt that they made. But I keep a box like this. I guess that could be considered a UFO because I have not finished all the blocks. Yeah, it could be, but what I'm trying to do is keep all of my Creative Notions patterns together, and I will put them in that box. I have other Creative Notions that I have in another box on a shelf, and I'm going to pull them down and get them all together. So the next thing I have done here, it looks like I have all of this cut down. Oh, I have lots of leftover fabrics here. My goodness. I didn't know I had all of this in here. But friends, this is my mug rug and coaster set. Now, last year I did some gingerbread mug rugs. I did some, this is called a Nordic Dreams. You could do a trivet or a mug rug. These are in the hoop. Let's see. That's my instructions. And guys, I am getting to where when I get patterns like this, that I go on and punch them and put a comb bind on them so I don't lose these. These are things that I will make, and what I'm trying to think in my head how I can have a good storage system to store these so I don't lose them, because the pattern is all on a thumb drive. So what I may have to do is all of my embroidery stuff. I have these magazine bins or racks that you can put magazines down in. I may put all of my bound embroidery files in that, and most of them have a pocket on the outside, and slide that thumb drive down in the pocket. And if not, I can super glue like a 3M hook to it and hang that embroidery thumb drive on that. But this is my mug rug and coaster bin. You see I have these cut out right here. I have I think this is called Thermolam cut. So it's ready for more coasters, because last Christmas I was doing a lot of either coasters or what is that called, or a trivet. So, but this is a bin that I keep in my stash just to have that there. So if I ever want to pull it out and do some quick projects, it's there. Now this bin here gets used a lot, and you guys will know why when I show you this pattern. This is the Nantucket Summer Bag, or make sure it's the Nantucket Mini Charm Bag. We have made many of these, guys. This is the bag that I make, that I donate with Bags of Love. I still have some more bags. I'm still trying to find homes for all of them to go to. I want to get all of the bags out of my house this year if I can. And I'm not real sure if we're going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep in touch with like our sheriff's office and the home for the women. I'm going to keep in touch with them. I have enough supplies that if they call me, I can whip out a bag in a day, because I think we had determined it only takes a couple hours to make one. I could get it made overnight and carried to them the next day. And So I'm thinking that maybe what I do is make them on demand. And our last bin is my string quilt with my paper piecing. Here are some of my string quilt squares that I've done. Guys, this is the fabric. This is Bunny Hill Designs. It is, if I had not tried to say what it was, I could have told you what it was. This is the fabric that I made my very first quilts out of, and I had this left over for my grandbaby, my granddaughter. Her quilt was the very first quilt I'd made. And I've made several squares. I love these fabrics. This is Sugarberry. So what I've done is I've just made some squares. And when I just want a little, you know, just sit in and do a 15-minute sew, I'll come in here and I'll just sew one of these blocks. And I'll be happy with that. I'm not necessarily looking for completion, just progress. And the fact that I have that many blocks, you know, that shows I sit down just a few times and get those done. But friends, I think that's all of my whips, my UFOs, and my hay. I'm just hanging around, just waiting to be done again. I know I'll be making more of the Nantucket bags, therefore I keep my bin here for the Nantucket bags. My mug rugs and coasters. I'm all the time making mug rugs and coasters, so I'm keeping a small box for that as well. My string quilt, that's just whenever I want to do some, you know, mindless sewing, just throw something together real quick. It'll probably take me 20 years to get enough of these squares to make a quilt, but if it does, it does, and I'm not worried about it. And the Moda blockheads and my Creative Notion blocks, those are just blocks that whenever I just feel like I want to try something different, I'll break out one of those and work one of those. But friends, how many whips is on your table? I'm surprised that I didn't have any more than I have. I have the Bella Rose 2024 Merry Christmas. I have the Charmed I'm Sure. Those are two things that I can actually go on and finish. I don't have to wait for a block of the month. But then we have the block of the months that are just ongoing is the Flowering Quilts Along, the Reflections, Yuletide Sampler 2, and I think that's it for us. Yes. So I'm actually ending the year with not as much as I thought I was going to have, ending the year still going on, but it is the perfect amount of stuff to have going on. And, you know, my main goal is I'm going to be working my sewing room out this year. I want to work out of here. I want to get things out of here. And friends, I was going through things and found a whole box of goodies to de-stash. I have a lot of things still left from Missouri Stars box from 2024. I have a lot of 2025 box. I haven't even finished going through the box yet. You know, I did the unboxing and I've done a project out of it. I've pulled a couple projects out that I'm like, I'd rather them go to somebody that's going to love doing them than me to do them and then me try to pass on a product that's done. So I'd rather just pass it on to someone that would love making it. Because there's a lot of things that are in there. I love all the quilting projects. They may not be directly for me, but I will pass on the hand embroidery possibly. I'm looking at that little kit because I'm like, that is so pretty. And I would really like to do it. But I have to, in my mind, think, what is your capacity? Are you going to love doing it? Are you going to love trying to do it? Are you going to lose your patience? You know, it's just a trial and error for me because I love doing everything. I want to try everything once or twice, maybe 3 times. I love crafting. So, I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. But then when I sit down with it, it's like, it's not in my capacity. I just don't. It's not something that I love. I don't have a passion for it. Now, quilting and sewing, up my alley, cross stitching up my alley. I love all of that. So hand stitching, not so much up my alley. Now, cross stitching, I know that's hand stitching, but it's very different when you have a hole to put a needle in than when you don't have a hole and you've got to follow all these things. No. X's is easy for me to do. But friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed 2025 and all the content I have provided you. If you are new here, I welcome you. I'm so happy to have you as part of my community. We are a family here. We all love crafting. We all love trying to do things. And sometimes we seem a little upside down, and that's okay. That is absolutely okay. I want you to know everything here that you see on my channel is real. There is nothing production-wise here. I got lights. That's it. Otherwise, and I got a mic. That's as production as I get. I'm recording you on my cell phone. So, I am not a high production. I'm just a very high crafty person. I love to sew. I love to craft. And I love sharing my passion with you. And I hope you've enjoyed it. So, give me a thumbs up before you head out of here. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Check that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing that we're doing this year. Feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.